Hey everyone, welcome back to more SOVL. I'm DisturbingPuppet. So today we're doing another campaign playing. I think we're going to go with the humans. I think we might as well. It's one of the other factions I haven't played with, so I might as well give them a shot. I think they're based on the Empire, so basically very influenced by Warhammer Fantasy. Of course, this game is very similar in a lot of ways. It does have some things that are a little different. It does streamline things. So the fights go a lot faster, that kind of stuff. So we'll go through the first half of the campaign, and we'll see how we do. Let's see what we can actually get for our units that we can actually get out here. So for the Empires of Men, we can be a captain, we can be a knight commander, or an imperial wizard. Let's go knight commander. That sounds good to me. Yeah, we do have some units that are locked in the campaign, but you can play around with them with the army builder and stuff that you can play from the main menu. This game is free, except for some of the different factions later on that you'd have to pay for. But humans, orcs, dwarves, elves, undead are all included in the free version of the game. The others you have to pay for. And if you can catch them on a sale, they're not too bad. All right, let's see what we can actually pick. I do like the halberds. So I think I'm going to go halberds. Halberds have a good ability where they're actually really good at fighting really heavily armored stuff, because the best armor save you can get against them is a 4 or better. So even if you would have had, say, like an armor save on 2 or better, 3 or better, instead it's 4 or better. So instead of having a really good armor save, your armor save is a bit decreased. So I will take them. Ooh, knights. I don't know what my retinue consists of. Unfortunately, we can't see that in here. So yeah, I'll take the knights. So I don't know what my retinue is going to be. That'll be interesting to see. We'll take a look once we get in. So I do like the campaign because we can pick up a lot of stuff. We can pick up a lot of cool abilities and things as we go along. Let's take a look at my army. What is my retinue? So my retinue are Imperial Knights. So actually we have a ton of knights. We've got some halberds and just a crap ton of knights. I didn't think we'd actually have knights. Thought we might have foot knights to start with. So yeah, these guys are pretty good. Heavy armor, so they've got a very good defense. Skill's pretty decent to start with, actually, at 4 extra health because they're mounted, so all the mountain units have at least 2 health. Yeah, power's not great, but we do get +1 power on a charge. You'd think that would be a little better, but oh well. My Knight Commander himself, we've got Furious Charge. Once per battle, reroll attacks. All right, that's pretty good. Heavy armor. He's got a lance, though. Charge bonus +2. Okay, so he is a little better. Maybe we can upgrade these guys later to have lances. The halberds, take a look at them. Pretty bog standard human troops. 3s mostly across the board there. Discipline's okay. And then the knights are the same that we've got. So we've got a really heavy cavalry focus here initially. All right, so eventually I would like to hit this to get some recovery before we fight the final battle of this first stage. So we are kind of locked in to one of these two. So 3 fights and we can buy stuff, 2 fights in an event. The events can actually be really good, so I think I'm going to go that route. Some of the events can give you a lot of really cool abilities, that kind of stuff. So we have some orc scouts to fight with here originally. We probably will beat the crap out of them. We'll see. So I think how do we want to do this? The early maps are a little smaller, so kind of zooming in here a bit. Let's be a little weird. We'll put the halberds out here, and then I'm just going to go cavalry. We can actually fit them in just barely in there, and then cavalry over here. So we're just going to go like offensive here, and these guys will just sort of hold the line. That's my plan. Okay, they're all deployed way over there. We just have some orc warriors and boar riders, so nothing too crazy. These guys will just stay put, I think. Let's go ahead and get you guys moving. Movement-wise, it's going to take a while to get up here. Start angling a bit, and just kind of continue. Let's get up to about there-ish, and we'll pivot a little bit. So just kind of getting ready to sort of make a move. We can kind of see charge ranges. I'm actually already in charge range there. That's surprising, and I'm already in charge range here. Now, I could just redirect these guys and turn them. So if they do charge, I can just charge them. But it would take a turn to do that. They'll get to charge, but I won't. Right? On my charge, it depends on the charge order, like who goes first. As long as they declare their charge first, I think I can then charge them. So yeah, just to have the chance, I'm just going to creep over here a tiny bit. And I'm going to shift a little bit over. And then, yeah, I'm just going to have my halberds stay there. So yeah, I don't think... Yeah, so that's what I thought. I can't intercept them until they're already down here. So these guys are going to make a move on me. And I can't get to them yet. We could probably intercept these guys so they won't be able to make a charge on these guys and we can hit them. We're just going to get charged by the halberds. That's fine. We'll just have to stand and take it. If we can survive the turn, we'll be in really good shape to trash these guys pretty effectively. Just to sort of keep these guys out of the way. Just going to have myself in a position here. So we're on the flank. So they can't really do much. Yeah, we'll just go to about there. I think we've got that pretty well covered, even if they do anything. So they're just going to go for it. So yeah, we can freely charge them. And I think if we can hit them, they're stuck and can't do anything, and then we can hit those guys. Alternatively, we could just slam these guys from two different directions and destroy them, and hope the halberds hold on. So that's an option as well. But I think if we can choose the first charge here, we can charge there. So I'm just going to skip and hope that it works out the way I think it does. But initially, we're going to take a bunch of hits here from the Boar Riders. So they did get 6 hits. They needed 5 to save. That's pretty bad. Definitely could get some extra armor for these guys. They don't have shields or anything, so they are a little weak to charges and stuff. So we did get hit 6 times. They needed 4s. We get a couple saves. Ton of us die. Let's get some hits back, please. 7's pretty good. We only killed 1. We did lose the fight. Let's see if we can actually hold on. We do hold on. So yeah, let's see. We can go ahead and intercept them so they're not actually charging these guys. And then we can freely... Actually, we're at an angle we can do either one. But yeah, let's definitely go ahead and hit them. So I don't want to take too many losses if I can avoid it. And then the only thing we can do is activate our ability, so we will. So it's rerolls for these guys. So we should trash this cavalry unit pretty effectively here, hopefully. My commander's going to go first. All 3 hits land. Excellent. Needs a 5 to save. So he's going to get his hits off. So even if you die, you still get your attacks dice off. So 3 hits is pretty decent. We did save 1. 3 hits this time. We drop another 1. These guys with the reroll should absolutely slaughter the rest of them. Yeah, we needed it, though. We really bad roll there to start with. He did make 6 out of 10 saves, but we wiped him out. So we lost a decent number of halberds. Hopefully here we can do some good damage. 3 are better to hit. Get 6 to land. Take out only 4. 1 hit back. What do they need? A 4 to hit? Okay, and we save on a 3. So we're good there. They might just break. They do, so that'll be it for the fight. So we did lose some halberders, but that's about it. And that's probably going to be the pattern we're going to see here. We do need something to kind of hold down the enemy, but we can, charge with everything else. So, you're fine. Give me cash. Give me cash, and we'll go ahead and recover halberds back up. All right, next fight. So some roaming brigands, so same as us. Okay, this one's a little bit weirder as far as setup goes. Let's put you out wide. Put you about there, and then we'll have the halberds hold the close position. A lot of this is sort of useless out here. So you've got knights, it looks like. Nope, those are swordsmen. And then you have archers. Okay, so the archers we're just going to charge towards like maniacs. So we're probably going to take some hits here. Hopefully my armor will keep me alive. So I don't want to get inside his charge. We could just take them head on, that's fine. They'll just move forward though, so we'll probably end up just countercharging. I guess we don't have to do that. Yeah, I already double-clicked those, so we're set. So they will be able to countercharge because they can still move. Take a few shots. So what do they need? 5s to hit us. We save on a 3 or better. We do take 1 point of damage. It's not enough to kill anybody, but it is 1 health off. And you guys just run at the archers. Yeah, so now they can countercharge us. I'm just going to keep the halberds out of it. That's not really necessary, and it's going to take so long for them to get anywhere, it won't really matter. Yeah, so here we'll go ahead and charge the archers. You guys charge them. And that's it. Give ourselves a nice buff here for the charge as well. That's all I'm going to do. The halberds don't really need to do anything. We should carry this without too much trouble. So my commander first. 3 hits. Excellent. It's a 5 to save, and actually got a couple. Rolled 2 6s there. A few hits back on us. Come on, give me some saves. Alright, and now we should hit like a truck. Again, that first roll is really bad, and then we do it on the reroll. He did make a decent number of saves, though. So he's going to stay in the fight. Here we should do a little better, I would think. 6 hits. So take out 3 only. That's not great. 3 hits back at us. Save all of it. Nice. They break, though. Okay, so we can spin them around. I can't get a charge off in the rear, though, here yet. By the time it would happen, it'll be too late. So I don't have any charges I can do there. So we're just going to continue fighting. These guys I've got to spin around on this turn, and then next turn I can charge in. We can't just walk into them. We have to get that charge off right at the start. We'll just position to hit in the rear, just in case it lasts that long, but I don't think it's actually going to last. I think we'll probably win the fight again, and then they're just going to break, most likely. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just try to get through the fight quickly. These early ones are really short. Alright, Commander. Only 1 hit this time. Well, we do kill somebody. They hit us 4 times, which is pretty good out of the dice rolls they had. 3 or better save, come on. Okay, we take 1 more cavalry loss. Only 4 hits, and they save 3. Really, a 3 or better save there. I guess they do have shields, but still. When we're not charging, these guys do feel a little weak. I think we definitely, if we can get lances on them, we definitely want to do that. So we'll see what our level ups and stuff are as we go through. We lost 1 here. I think we'll just take the cash. Halberds are going to level up. Let's go unit size. And then we'll take guys to get maxed out. The knights here also level up. Skill's good. But more knights is also good. The skill will help us offensively and defensively. I'd rather have the power, though. Our power is quite weak, it feels like. We do get that initial charge of +1 when we hit, but then afterwards, we're not fighting super effectively afterwards. Because we just have the hand weapons. We don't actually have lances or spears or anything. Let's go unit size. More guys is more dice. And let's get some replacement. Let's take a look at the army. Kind of weird formations here. So you, if we widen you out, only the first 2 ranks can fight anyway, so I don't mind having a little bit wider formation. With the cavalry, both the front 2 can fight. So while we're down a few guys, I don't mind having a little bit more of a narrow front. So we'll just do that, because the front two can still fight. It doesn't matter. So we'll stick with that. We have an event. Then we can maybe buy something. Beastmaster, a collection of fierce beasts. Ooh, we could get a dragon mount. That sounds pretty awesome. It's an Imperial Dragon, even. I feel like a dragon's got to be better than a griffin, and it costs more. So, you know what? Let's have a dragon mount. So that's for my commander. Now we can take a look. So that's going to make... So these guys are now just knights as well. Although it does kind of ruin my ability, the Furious Charge, because it also helps my retinue. It will help the dragon, so that's something. So the dragon has got 7 wounds, 5 attacks. So yeah, okay, decent amount of attacks, good skill, very good power. So fangs, +1 power and a charge. The fire breath, we can actually throw some fireballs. Nice. Yeah, I think that was worth it. And now I've got very little cash, so I probably won't afford anything. We can maybe get some upgrades or something. 147, we can't even get some crossbowmen. Unyielding would be nice. The +1 defense on the dragon would be good. What can I get on my knights? Lance and shield. That's what I want. +1 defense, charge bonus, +2 power. But then once we're in the combat, we're not really... We still have that weak power. So we're really, like, that first turn, we've got to get hits. And if we don't, we're kind of screwed. We could go great weapons alternatively, and so we'd have the +1 power. So we would go to 4 always. It wouldn't give me any reduction in my defense because we currently have... I don't think we have shields. I think we have hand weapons. Maybe we have shields. Do we have shields? Yeah, would the great weapons be better? It's the same charge bonus as the hand weapons, but just a flat +1 power across the board. I kind of feel like it makes sense. If we're gonna have knights, let's go super defensive, super crunchy, hard hitting. So I'm gonna go lance and shield on both of them. Maybe not the best option. And with the points left, let's do unyielding. Yeah, let's go unyielding to reroll failed damage saves. So it just makes me a lot tougher, harder to kill. All right. We've got another event on this track, but we can't take that one. We have to take the Elite Fight if we want to get some replenishment before the final fight. The Elite Fight we can get some decent stuff from. Hopefully we can do it, especially with our upgraded guys. We're fighting Korgak! Pretty open here on this side. Okay, what I'm going to do... I think, yeah, halberds in the middle is fine, I think. We'll put, which is bigger, 7, 6. Yeah, the smaller knight unit can go out here on the flank, and then we'll have these two over here, I think. Or I could put my commander in the center, and we can kind of deal with whatever from that kind of situation. Depending on where things are, we could even throw fireballs. Tempting, tempting, tempting. Let's go just over a little bit, and we'll have the knights here as well. I think we'll just do that. The enemy is confident. What does the enemy have? You do have a giant. War chief and a bunch of brutes. Not great. Trolls. Orc warriors over here. You're on the other side of that. Probably halberds will just move up a tiny bit and just kind of hold this gap between the woods. The trolls can actually move pretty far. We've got pretty good charge ranges. So if we just move up a little bit, what's the range on my fire breath? It's not very far. Okay, it's kind of glitching in and out of existence there. There we go. So it's quite short. So actually, I don't think we want to get that close. I would rather be at a point where I can charge, but they can't. But I don't know. I should have a better charge range. Yeah, so even from here, I can charge the trolls, and they're going to move forward on their turn. We're probably safe here. Probably. So we'll just hang out there. I've got nothing to flame breath at the moment. Everything's too far away. That's fine. Okay, they moved in crazy far. I can only fight them with one unit up front. Yeah, they moved way more than I thought. Trolls literally like sprinting in my direction. Not great. Not great. I could honestly hit them with either one up front. So we could try to bring the cavalry up, and then I'd have my commander free to go do other things. I'm gonna just inch you guys up a little tiny bit. So we're still outside of the charge range of the giant. We're just kind of buying some time. And these guys, infantry, they're fairly slow. The orc warriors in the back here. Take a look. Can't really get through the woods there very effectively. I'm just going to move up a little bit. We'll hold there. So yeah, from there, they can't charge me, but I can charge them on that side. And I'm going to just stay here, and we'll see what happens. If I can intercept with these guys and then have him free, I think we'll do that. It sort of depends on who gets to declare charges first. Okay, he's going for me. Can I intercept? No, I can't. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and countercharge there. We should do okay against the trolls. Let's go ahead and charge into the warriors, although that's kind of risky. I can't do another charge because I can't make it to the flanks or anything. And he was closer, so he had to be the one to engage them. But we are in a position where we can come around and wreck these guys if I don't break them immediately with my commander. I am going to go ahead and use my ability, because the trolls are pretty dangerous, and they've got multiple health. And they regenerate, so if they don't die, so they've got 3 health apiece, which is pretty nuts. Let's come out a little bit. Not sure if I can make it. I can't really make it to the rear. Just have to kind of get up here as best we can. They're just out of my charge range. I could move up and I could actually get in range here, but I think the giant... Yeah, the giant can already charge me, so most likely the giant's going to charge me. These guys are going to go for my leader, but I think we can break them here pretty quick. So I'm just going to hold. Threatening them here. So if we can do good damage here, we'll be in good shape. Okay, we get our 3 hits off. Needs a 5 to save. We do a couple points. They only get 3 hits on me. Very nice. 4 better saves. We do get a couple. 5 attacks with a reroll. Come on. We get all 5 hits. Excellent. Okay, we only killed 1, but I think we did damage to another. And they broke, so that's it. Trolls are gone, so that's a major threat out of the way. So yes, now we have the 5 power, 5 defense on a charge. Once that's done, it'll go down to 3 power. So once we're in a fight, we don't have a really good ability to do damage. So we need to really do a chunk right off the bat. 3 or better hit, 8 hits, quite good. 5 or better saves, we just wiped out an entire line of them. They do get a good number of hits on me, but I've got decent defense now, so 3 or better saves. We do win the fight. They do hold. We hit pretty hard there, but now it's going to kind of bog down a little bit. Alright, so they are charging. I can't really do anything about that. I could charge them down, but I'm not going to. The AI doesn't recover from units that are broken. This is unfortunate. My halberds, though, can do a pretty good job, because no matter how tough, you can see the 6 defense there. We've only got 3 power, but we've got halberds, so the best armor save you're going to get is a 4 better anyway. Let's go ahead and bring you on up. Let's go there-ish. Okay, he's making a move for it. I would like to go after the giant. I think we can actually just fly over. But I can also turn around and just fireball you. Or flame you. So we got 5 hits, 3 saves. Why didn't... Okay, so some people did die. I just didn't see, like, there's a gap there. Alright, I can fly over, so I'm just going to do that. And I want to be in a position... Okay, we've got to go a little further. Because I want to go after the giant, because I think that's going to be a bit of an issue. So we just flew over them, flaming them as we went. And now we're going to go for the giant. Over here, this might bog down now a little bit. 6 hits, though, is pretty good. Kill off 3 more. Counterattack, only 3 hits, that's good. We do lose another cavalry. We won the fight. Not by a lot, though. And they hold on, staying in the fight. Here, only 3 hits. We need 6s to save. I think in this game, you always are going to have at least a 6 save, or 6 to hit kind of thing, the way the math works out. Unless, I think they're... Maybe the Chaos faction, like, they've got a special bonus to defense, though, for their armor. So they might be able to get a save. But I think it's always a 6. You always need a 6. Alright, so let's get some hits, please. That was not great. Only 5 hits. So even with the defense, he needed 4s there to save. So we did get a couple hits off, so it ended up being a draw. So we don't run away in terror or anything. Let's charge into the rear of the giant, and then the knights are going to charge the front. So they're doing something. War cry. So they have +1 power this turn. Let's do some damage, please. 7 hits, that's good. We only killed 3, though. 4 hits back. So we need a 4 better this time. We lost a couple. We actually lost that fight. We do stay in the fight, though. Just tearing each other apart there. If we don't win on that initial charge, we seem to be in a lot of trouble. Only 1 hit from my general. Did do a point of damage, though. Couple hits on the halberders. Couple die. Halberders get 6 hits off. Nice. Couple more wounds. So I don't think the 6 out of 8 is accurate. I think we've done more damage than that now. I think that was what he started with. And I think we've done 2 or 3 damage since then. Dragon. All 5 hit. Excellent. There we go. Dragon defeats the giant. Here, their commander gets 3 hits on me. We do lose 1 cavalryman, but we still get our attacks off. Everybody else only gets 3 hits. We don't have great saves, though, because these guys do have great weapons. We need to do a lot of damage here. That was a really bad hit roll. We only killed 1. We lost that fight by a lot. We do hold on, but that was not great. That was not great at all. Okay. So what do we want to do? I can't charge anybody. We've only got 2 knights here fighting. The problem is, it'll take me a turn to get in position to do charges on stuff. I think we get the knight commander out here, and we can get the halberders behind. That's probably my best option. But it means these guys are kind of stuck for a turn fighting. So, let's head. We've got to at least be in the flank. I can't make it that far. About there-ish. Get into the flank from there, I'm pretty sure. I can't burn anybody like in combat or anything. And halberds. Just march in the rain. Is that close enough? Yes, it is. I think just barely. All right, over here. Couple hits off. They save both of them. That really sucks. They get 3 hits on us. Give me some saves, please. We lost another one. We lost that one by a couple. Probably going to break. Yep. My last knight runs away. Okay, their leader missed, so that's really helpful. Only 2 hits with the regular guys. Get 1 save. This time we get some good hits. 8 hits off. We won that fight pretty convincingly. They do hold on, though. Commander's still alive, so it kind of makes sense. Charges. Oh, now that the last line's gone, we're not close enough to charge in there. That's too bad. All right, yeah, charge in with the dragon. That's all I can do. So I'll try to rally these guys. Okay, they do rally. Well, that guy. Not those guys. There's only one of them. And we'll just continue to have the halberds march up behind them while they're focused on the knights. You cannot escape now. So if the fight continues, we'll definitely get the halberds in. Their leader gets a couple hits off. We get 2 saves. Good. We're finally getting some better saves. Everybody else, 3 hits. 3 saves. Nice. So our armor kind of came through that time. Not great on the hits, but I'm glad we got the armor. They failed their saves like crazy, so we actually took out quite a few, and they break. Nice. That'll do it, I think. 1 hit from Lord Eric. Dragon gets 4. Eats the rest of them. Nice. They take a swipe as they go down, and it bounces off her armor. Nice. That's it. So that was a little rough. We took a bunch of losses over here on the right. Yeah, the knights are really very much... We do that damage right off the bat, or we're kind of screwed. Do get some recovery. Commander levels up. What do we want? Another attack or more health. I don't have great health, actually. It's only 3, even though I'm on a dragon. The dragon's going to tank for me and take the damage first. I think. Let's do the attack. I think just more dice is good. So here the dragon is totally fine, so we'll take cash. Halberds took a few. I'm just going to take cash for the moment. These knights are okay. We'll take cash. The ones that got trashed do level up. We're already not at max. We could go higher, or we could get our skill. I think let's go skill. That'll help us a little bit fighting offensively and defensively, and then we'll take a couple guys to sort of recover. And if we look at our army now, so that's fine. Okay, we can't make that any more narrow. Yeah, I mean, we'll live with it. That was an elite fight, so should have been, fairly hard. Some dwarven miners in our way. Let's see. I think let's just put the halberds here. I don't think that's too likely to be an avenue of attack. Let's put the stronger knight force there, and we'll go dragon knights here. Alright, they've got crossbowmen sort of hiding in the woods, and then there's miners. These guys do have explosive charges, which is going to suck if we get hit with them. That is true. Well, we just want to charge towards the crossbowmen. I don't want to get countercharged if I can avoid it. Let's move the halberds up just a bit here. Just into this gap. Okay, problems. That's really hard to see, isn't it? So my knight commander, I think, can hit them already. At least these guys. These guys are a little further away, so let's just creep up a little bit. Yeah, I think there I've got charges off. So we could just go ahead and charge. I don't think they'll get a chance to do anything if we can just charge in. Crossbows away. Did land quite a few hits. 3 or better save. Come on. We do lose one of our guys. But I think, yeah, we can get a charge off into them too. So we'll have a bunch of charges here in the next phase. So you go ahead and charge the crossbowmen. You can charge those miners. My knight commander will charge the other miners. There are quite a few of them, so that is going to be a bit of an issue, but we can bring the halberds up on the flank here to help. We should destroy the crossbowmen and then we can turn. I hope, anyway. Relying on that initial charge hit to do damage for us. Let's go ahead and use our ability. Bring the halberds up. Try to get towards the flank, but still not really there. Alright. 3 or better. 7 hits. They need 5s to save, and they still got 3, which is a bit surprising. They do land 5 hits on us. 3 or better save. We failed almost all of those. That was a terrible roll. Actually, it was a draw. That was a terrible charge, guys. See if we can do better here. 3 or better to hit. 6 hits. Okay, we kill more of them. They hit us 8 times, which is a bit surprising. 3 or better save. Comes through much better there. We won by quite a bit. And they are broken. That's what we need. We need that initial just break them immediately. Commander! Reroll gets us 2 hits. Still not great. They do get a save. Dragon, also not rolling well. Reroll gets us a few. Okay. They do have great weapons. 4 times, we get a couple saves. We do win the fight. And they break. Alright, that was very good. So we had really good charges here, and a really terrible charge against who I would have expected would have been the easy charge. So I can charge them as they run away. I don't think there's really no point. So yeah, we'll just skip the charges. I will go ahead and burn them just because, like, why not? So we burn a couple more of them while I move my dragon up. Can I get to the back of them? Probably. Need to be able to turn around. Okay, about there, maybe? Yeah, that'll work, I think. Pretty sure we can get a rear charge off of there, a rear or a flank, either one. We'll set you up for the flank charge, so if they don't break, we can just absolutely wreck them. Go a little bit further up. And just because, we'll have the halberds follow up. Yeah, they're just off the map already. So we're not really fighting very effectively anymore, but we might get lucky on the dice. We do get a good number of hits, take out a few. They hit us with everything, which is very unfortunate. Saves kind of come through, it's a draw. Oh, that is a flank. So it's a flank charge, not a rear charge there. That's too bad. Okay, we'll just have the knights then make that charge, and I'll just keep moving my commander over, and we can get a rear off later. But I don't think it's going to last that long. Between these two, it should be fine. Just kind of bump my commander over there a little bit. I'll activate him just so I can move up. spin around like you're completely surrounded. The miners have abandoned you. But my knights here are going to take the brunt of the fighting. There's no initiative, so there's no order of attacks. It's always, you always get your attacks off, even if you would have died otherwise. I think that would be something that would be kind of interesting. So it's like some of the factions, like elves, you would think might be like super fast, but not necessarily hitting as hard, kind of thing. But they have other abilities in this to kind of make up for it. So there's like Elven Mastery, re-rolling hits to kind of make up for that, since they don't have that initiative order. Well, the knights are going to start. We do get 3 hits off. They made all their saves. That's unfortunate. 2 hits on me. Please give me some saves. We do save both. All right, good. These guys will hit really hard here. 7 attacks. There's a bunch. They needed 5, so they're just wiped out. That's it. Yeah, I think the extra skill that unit has is helping out a bit. So we do get a level on my dragon. I think an extra attack is the way to go. We already have pretty good health. So that's quite cool. Yeah, we're fine at 6. I think that's okay. We're not going to take too much damage, I don't think. Halberds are down 3. Just give me cash. You guys are weak, so we will take some replenishment, and we'll take replenishment on the knights, getting them kind of back in shape. Yeah, we've got the 4 fronts, so that's fine. Okay. Couple more fights. We do want to get some cash if possible, because we can buy some more stuff. So we're going to fight some goblins. In the rain, in an abandoned village, looks like. Okay. So that's all clear. Only the buildings, so the rest of this stuff isn't actually terrain. Okay, so it's not as cluttered as it looks. We'll put the heavier knight squad over here. This is pretty open, this is pretty open. We could just ignore this side. Yeah, maybe I'll just ignore this side, and we'll go... something like this. The bigger unit here, halberds to assist. And on this side, we'll have my commander and the weaker knights. Let's do that. Shouldn't be a ton of them. It is an early fight. Okay, we've got a bunch of goblins with hand weapons and shields. We've got some trolls and goblin wolf riders. Yeah, wolf riders here on the flank too. Kind of out of position, but they're really quick, so they can probably just kind of duck down through here. I don't think they're going to go all the way around, but you never know. So these guys are pretty quick, and they're going to move. So you can see they can charge quite far. I think I'm just going to set up the halberds. Actually, let's do, if we can get over and use this to anchor the side. Something kind of like that. Yeah, so I'm already in charge range here with these guys. I'm out of charge range for them, though. I could fly out to the flank, though. Maybe burn them. Not bad, because the goblins are going to be fairly slow. So we could do that. I can get to the flank. Turn around. It's probably far enough over. Burn them, 5 hits. So we just burned down 1 troll before they got to do anything. And I'm in charge range there, so we could hit these guys in the flank or hit them. They're probably just going to turn to go after my leader. Here we just want to inch up a little bit, and we can charge into the goblins, although that's kind of a mess. There's so many of them, but their morale's really bad. So if we can win the fight, maybe we can send them running very quickly. I don't really want to move these guys, because if we do, the trolls are going to charge. And I can already charge them, so these guys can just stay put. So it's just whether I want to move them up or not, because these guys are going to come flying down. And we could just get really bogged down in a fight here. I don't have to go that far. Yeah, even right there, I'm in range. So I'm just going to move up to there. So he can charge my halberders, but that's it. I'd have to go in the front, though. So yeah, I'm kind of fine with the way this is shaking down. Alright. So we can just go ahead, hit those wolf riders in the flank. They're stuck. Then you can go ahead and charge the trolls. You go ahead and charge the goblins. And you're going to get charged by the wolf riders. Hopefully you can hold. I think that'll work for us. Getting a flank charge right off the bat like that, and hopefully we can break the trolls. Maybe break the goblins too, if we can do enough damage. It's going to come down to the dice a little bit. Let's use my ability here. Why not? We might as well. Alright, we'll start over here. 4 dice. With the reroll, still only 3 hits. They need 6s to save, so we kill 1, hurt another 1. Dragon, 6 attacks now with a reroll. Still only 5 hits. Just slaughtered all but 1 of them. They do only get 1 hit back on us. It does hurt, but we've got plenty of health. We won by a lot, so there's no way that they could recover from that. So instantly broke them. Over here, 6 hits on us. Save is not great. Take a bunch of losses. Can we do some damage as we go down? That's not that many hits. So we lost by a couple. Alright, halberders are gone. They are still on the map, so maybe we can rally them, but they're facing the wrong direction. I do wish there was an about face order that you could give, but doesn't seem to be one in this. So like they turned around and ran further than I think I could even move them. Let's see what we can do with the trolls here. 6 hits is okay. We do take out 1 troll. They only got 1 hit back. Good. Does hurt. Break. Nice. So we broke everything over here. Can we break the goblins as well? It is 11 hits. They do have crappy discipline. 9 hits. Nice. So they lose like 5? 6? 6. No, that's 5. 6 hits on us, but we have good saves. Yeah, just most of it glances off our armor. We won by quite a bit, and they are broken. Nice. All that's left are the wolf riders. They're going to charge my broken unit, which is unfortunate. Nothing I can do about that. My poor halberders. We could attack these guys that are broken, but yeah. Alright. We'll just spin around so we're ready to go. So we're set up for a rear charge there. Maybe I can get my commander out to a flank. Maybe. Since we can fly over stuff. Far, yeah, I can't get far enough. I'll just come out as far as I can. Turning around takes a lot of your movement. You guys kind of head down this direction. Yeah, we're attacked in the rear. There's nothing I can do about it. We just take the hits. A couple more guys die. Might rally. We do not. Alright, so they're gone and run off the board, but you're pretty screwed. You are looking exactly the wrong way. Get a rear charge for my knights off. That's it for charges. So that should probably wreck these guys' day pretty effectively. I'll bring you in on the flank. So if that doesn't work, my Dragon Knight Commander will absolutely ruin you. And then these guys can just stay put. This is plenty to kill these guys off. Just gonna go through quickly. Okay, 7 hits. It's a bunch of kills. And they're gone. Okay, my halberds took a lot of damage there, which is unfortunate. So we always get a little bit of recovery. So my dragon, we're still at 6. So we took a point and then we gained a point back. I do want cash because we are coming up on a point where we can get some stuff. Halberds level up. The skill increase would be really nice. Yeah, let's take the skill increase. And then give me some more guys. Knights leveled up. Reroll missed attack rolls or increase our skill. Both are good. This helps us offensively and defensively, but a straight reroll is also really good. We already have a 4, which is reasonable. I'm going to take the reroll. And let's get you to full strength. Take money there. Okay. So we have some money. Can we buy anything? Oh, no, we've got to fight still. Never mind. I'm getting ahead of myself. Some bandits. Very open. We do have... It says a chasm, but that's like a... oasis. Something like that. Okay. Let's go... flank. There. And we'll go with my commander kind of wherever. I can just fly over this. It's not that big of a deal. I can kind of move wherever we want. Okay, we deployed mostly right. They deployed mostly left. So they've got Imperial Spearmen, so spears and shields, and handguns, which is unfortunate. Who are you shooting at? I'm not even sure. Opening up on my halberds. Okay. 3 hits. We lose 3 halberds, just like that. Unfortunate. Yeah, I don't like those handgunners. We might have to do something about that. Alright, I'm going to start here. Let's just kind of get going the direction we need to. Really out of position here. I can almost charge them straight on if I want to. Spearmen, if I charge them, their first 3 ranks can fight, so they can actually get a ton of dice. Just a lot of attacks off. They're 4 deep, so even if we kill like an entire rank, they're still, the first 3 can still keep fighting. So it's a little risky, but their skill and power isn't that great. And maybe we can, you know, burn some of them or something before we get in there. So if you head in, because these guys can't make it to a charge anyway, but I can get my commander out here. Don't know if I can get out close enough to burn anything. Oh, I can, just barely. Only 2 hits though. Okay, they're trying to protect the handgunners, but they do block their own line of sight. So from here, I can definitely get a flank charge off. So I wonder... Yeah, if I try to move up to like charge past, these guys can intercept me. So I think we're just going to go for charging into these guys while the commander hits them in the flank. And these guys are going to keep running around. So I'm just going to go there. And unfortunately, I don't really have anywhere good for my halberds to go, so I'm going to just use the cover to get out of line of being shot at by the handgunners. Once we're in combat, the gunners can't shoot me. So they're not going to have any great targets. That's weird. This shouldn't even be an option. I can charge them in the flank. That's bizarre. Yeah, just charge them in the flank. And then you guys charge them in the flank. And we'll call it good. Hopefully we can break the left. That's going to be a bit more difficult of a fight, though. Handgunners just kind of in position. They can't really do anything. You just fly on up here to maybe get a charge off if we need it. Handgunners are just going to hide behind the giant rock. There's no reason for me to do anything or take losses I don't need to. I'll go ahead and use my ability, because you do need to kill a bunch of these guys to break them. Alright, Commander. 3-roll all 4 hits. That's 3 just for the Commander. My Dragon. 5 more hits. I do get a save there, surprisingly. A couple hits back at us, and we save both of them. So we won by a lot. Yeah, there's no way that they could actually stay in the fight the way that went. So we kind of need something similar. 7 hits is probably not going to do it. They save quite a few. We only kill 3 of them. They get a ton of dice back. 9 hits on us. 3 or better saves. We saved everything, so we did actually win the fight there. We got really lucky. They do stay in the fight, though. So when it comes to charges, let's have my general charge the handgunners. And I'm not far enough over to have these guys make a charge in on the spearmen in the flank. But we will be next turn. We'll be in position to get that done. I can now move the halberds out if I want to, but they can't really contribute anything. They're too far away. So I'm kind of using these guys as like, they get shot at and they sort of hold a line, but that's about it. Alright, let's get you ready to... Well, I could actually, maybe get a rear charge off. Potentially. To get a little bit past these rocks, I think, though. Think that'll work for a rear charge there? Yeah, we're okay on the rocks. And we still have the halberds, but I'm just going to leave them where they are. There's nothing they can really do that's going to help. Alright, so now we don't have as great. We do have the +1 skill here, so 3 are better to hit. 7. 3 more of them down. A lot of attacks on us. They need 4s if they got 7, just because they're rolling so many dice. Give me some saves. Okay, we do lose 1 cavalryman. Over here, there's a lot of handgunners. 3 hits on my leader. They need 6s to save. They still got 1 from my leader. I think they need 6s for the dragon, too. 4 hits from my dragon. Okay, take out a whole bunch of them. 1 hit back. Save it. 1 by a lot, so they're broken. The more you lose by, the more of a extreme dice roll you need to stay in the fight. So they were just kind of screwed. Let's go ahead. It's not going to give me a rear charge here. Alright, fine. Have a flank. I'm not going to bother charging these guys. There's no point. The AI doesn't recover units that are broken. And I'm in a good spot. We can just spin my commander around and just go for... Well, okay. Let's go ahead and burn somebody because I can. Let's go for the handgunners. Alright, we killed 1. Let's just move up and be ready for a nice rear attack. Have them completely surrounded. And I'm just going to not move the handgun, or the halberdiers. There's no point. It's got a weird, horrible noise I'm hearing through my headphones. I don't know what it is. Don't know if it's being picked up by the mic or not. Okay, front guys. 5 hits. A lot of saves there. That was not good for us. 5 hits back, so that wasn't too bad. Do take 1 point. Was enough to kill off one of our wounded guys. These guys come in with rerolls. 10 hits, very nice. They need 5s. They did get quite a few. So we won the fight overall. They're trashed. That's it. Level up on our commander and one of the knight units. Okay, commander. Ooh, let's go another attack. I think that makes most sense to me. Killing something before it kills me, I think, is the best. We're back to full health, so cash. Halberds. We are coming out of a place I can buy stuff, so I'm gonna... Oh. I was gonna take the cash and click the wrong thing. Fine, whatever. Take cash there. These knights. So we've got the increased skill. Let's go reroll attacks on them. And we'll take cash. So we've got 464. If we could get gunners or something, I think that would be good. So these guys are only down 1. Halberds are back to full strength. Yeah, we're in okay shape. See what we can afford. But we could get a whole captain with spearmen. So a second commander. That's pretty cool. The foot knights are cheap. A little bit of a discount on them. We've got a bunch of different abilities now. Just standards on our knights, it looks like. Yeah, the captain with spears is tempting. The foot knights are also tempting, just to have a really good heavy ground unit to help with our halberds a little bit. So these guys have got to be better than the swordsmen because they're on a discount. The captain, like the characters are usually quite good. The retinue of spearmen, probably not great, though. Let's take the captain. I think that's pretty cool. It's tempting to give heavy armor to my dragon. So we've got the captain now. Spearmen, we could give them some armor. I think that makes sense. So we kind of have them in now. The captain probably has a hand weapon and shield, I would guess. Pistols, so she could actually make a few shots, but it's pretty short range. Most likely she's going to be far away from the fighting most of the time. Cruelty. Reroll successful saves. That's always nice. +2 skill. That is really good. I think I've got to take the +2 skill. We've got a lot of attacks on my commander, and then having the extra skill just means, we're going to land those hits much more often. We've also got the reroll of the first round, so all very fantastic. We'll take the armor on the dragon as well. We just want to make him as tough as possible. Let's take a look. There is, yeah, not that many spearmen. If we could make this unit bigger, I think it'd be a lot better, because the first 3 ranks of spearmen can fight. So she's got hand weapon, a shield, inspire, +1 combat score. So that's pretty good. Helps us win some fights. And then the spearmen themselves, pretty mediocre. They do have the heavy armor that I gave them, so the defense is a bit better. So they've got shields and heavy armor along with the spears. So yeah, if we can increase the size of this unit, that would be quite good. I think we're pretty well set. So we'll go ahead and go on in here. We get some free recovery, and then we can decide if we want XP or more guys to recover. So I don't know if we could get the dragon to level up, but if we can get somebody to level up before we get into the final fight, that would be great. So XP here, you guys are full strength, so we'll take XP. Same here. XP gets the dragon to level up. More skill. Yeah, that makes the most sense to me. So we can have 6s across the board here. The extra base replenishment rate, Gold, Yeah, let's just make you stronger in combat. Halberds are at full strength. We don't get you leveled. The knights. We are getting everybody closer to leveling up, though. So even though we didn't level much, we got extra XP for everybody. So our fight here at the end against Princess Ias. Well, Prince Ias. He's an elf, you know. We've got to make fun of him a little bit. So most likely, like the Elven guys actually could be pretty dangerous with the Elven Mastery. They can reroll attacks and stuff. But I've got units that can reroll attacks too, so we'll maybe be okay. It's an odd deployment over here. There's probably going to be something back here I want to kill. But I don't know if we want to put my commander over there. I could see putting one cavalry unit over here for sure. I think we'll leave the weaker knight unit there, and we'll go knights and commander. So I want you more this direction because we're probably going to be charging straight across. They could have something hidden in the woods or something too, though. I'll bring the captain to this side. I don't think there's liable to be much over here, but we'll have the halberds sort of cover that direction too. We might end up just moving him over. Oh, there's a bolt thrower hidden in the woods. Okay, that's pretty bad. Okay, we've got elven lancers over here who are generally kind of dangerous. Some elven spears. Weapon masters with their commander. So he is relatively nasty. Some watchers. So they've got two-hand weapons, longbows, so they're just generally irritating. Spearmen, and of course the bolt thrower. Bolt thrower is going to do a really good job killing cavalry or things like that. I'm glad I don't have my dragon over here. I might be able... Yeah, we could move up and maybe get a charge off on the bolt thrower in the woods. The cavalry can already come hit me, and I can already kind of hit them. So I think what I'm going to do on this side, I'm just going to move you up slightly. Because we're already in their charge range, so we'll just set it up so these guys will just charge each other. I've got the numbers, so I should win that fight. Okay, they moved in a lot further than I expected. These guys are dangerous. I don't really want to be fighting them to the front if I can avoid it. I wouldn't mind fighting spearmen to the front with my commander, but I don't really want to be fighting these guys with the great weapons up front. So let's sort of block their way, I think, with you. Shots coming out. 3 hits. We lose one of our spearmen, despite our heavy armor and shields and stuff. Still haven't fired that. Still haven't moved the spearmen. Tell you what, let's make a move here. Okay, went for the halberds actually. Only 1 hit though. That was a dumb choice. Because now I'm going to position myself to charge to you. Don't think the spearmen can do much about it. Yeah, they can't get me. We can charge into them. Take that bolt thrower offline. Alright, Commander, if I went in... I kind of need to get past these guys. I wouldn't mind burning some of the Weapon Masters, but I really don't want to get charged by the Weapon Masters. So if I make a move... So we could get out to the flank here, turn we'd end up fighting these guys. I think that's okay. Not far enough over to burn them, but we can burn some spears. Take out a couple of them. And if they charge me, only the first 2 ranks can fight. So I think that'll work out. So, before anything crazy happens, charge them, they'll countercharge. Let's charge the bolt thrower. They can actually make it to me, huh? Okay, fine, we'll just take that. And, ooh, am I... If I try to charge these guys, they'll most likely intercept me. They haven't charged me yet. Like, they don't want to do that. So I'm going to make them do it. Okay, so they're going to do that. So I'll just countercharge then. So because they charged, only the first 2 ranks are going to fight. If I had charged them, the first 3 ranks would get to fight me instead. Alright. That's all my charges. So it's really going to depend on how the charges go here. If we can break some stuff really quickly, we might be okay. So, I will go ahead and use my ability. Bunch of shots. Did you miss with all of them? He missed with all of them. Wow, okay. Alright, we're going to get charged here most likely no matter what. So we'll just kind of get in a position to deal with that situation. Make it so you really can't do anything else. And I'm going to use his own unit to sort of cover for me so I don't get shot anymore. Do I need this now? I think we can wait until we're actually fighting here and then use it. I think we'll probably win that fight, that fight, that fight. This one, probably not. Hard to say. Is it worth it? We've got 4 fights going on that's going to affect. Next turn, it might help push things over the edge if we need it. So yeah, I'm going to wait and use it next turn, I think. I think it'll be more... If we can just break somebody here initially, we don't need it. But we might need it more next turn, because we've got a bunch of bonuses right now, because we're charging. Next turn, we don't have those bonuses. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. So we've got 12 dice with rerolls. 11 hits, very nice. It's 4s to save. We only killed 1? What? We killed 1 and hurt another. They got 8 hits on us. We lost a couple, so we lost that by 1. We do hold on, just barely. But that was terrible. We had a lot of hits there, and it just really went south. Okay, Commander. With rerolls, only 3 hits. That's a bit disappointing. You need 5s to save. Only 2 hits on us. 2 or better save here. Just bounces off the dragon hide. 5 attacks. 5 more dead. We should win this one. They should break pretty easy. Yeah. Over here, we should break you as well. Rolls get us 9 hits. Yeah. Crew stabs us as they go down and bounces off our armor. This is a bit more of a problem. 6 hits on us. We lose 4 guys. Counterattacking, 5 hits. We take out 1. That was pretty disappointing. We lost that one by quite a bit. We do not hold on there. Halberds immediately run away. So that's a bit of a problem. They can definitely chase me down here as well. So they're going to charge. We'll countercharge. Let's go ahead and charge the Watchers. Your job's going to be to spin around and go after these guys. We're just going to keep fighting. So my poor halberds have just been beaten up this entire campaign. We will go ahead and use my ability now. So it's +1 to all the results. Guys, immediately turn around. Let's charge in the general direction. Spearmen. Let's That's all I can do. Alright, we still have the reroll. Definitely need it. 6 hits. That's 3 or better saves on them. We did kill that other one. 3 hits on us. We take a little bit of damage. We actually won the fight this time. They do hold on. Okay. With his reroll, hit my captain here 3 times. I do get a save, so she's not dead right off the bat, but it's close. Counterattacking, a couple hits. He saves both. They've got the reroll there and a charge, I guess, something like that. Get absolutely wrecked. Only 2 hits. These guys are going down. They did no damage. Wow. Okay, yeah, you're going to break. And I don't blame you. You guys got absolutely destroyed there. What I'm learning from this faction is your infantry sucks. That's kind of the way it goes. Alright, so we took a good number of hits. Lost 3. We're probably going to break and run away some more. Yep. We're still on the board, so we can still rally them. Up here, we should wreck these guys. Yeah, ate the entire squad of them. Did hit me as they went down. We saved both, though. Okay, so they're charging the broken unit there. You guys charge them in the rear. Can't do anything with my commander. We're not facing anything, so that's it. So we'll have you spin around to come after them. Let's give you a chance to rally. Okay, they do. Still looking the wrong way, though. I can't burn anything. Even if I'm behind a unit, I can't flame it. So I'm just going to come in behind to hit this unit, because most likely these guys aren't going to hold. Alright, over here. 7 hits. Okay, we took out another one. 2 hits on me. We save it both. Nice. So maybe they'll break here at this point. Nope, they're holding on. This will be a slaughter. Leader's dead. As she goes down, a couple hits. Did 1 point of damage to their leader. Yeah, we definitely didn't want to be fighting these guys front on with my commander on his dragon. So this is a much better result for us. So they're all wiped out. Able to hit them in the rear here and do a bunch of damage. Should finish them off. This should be a good devastating attack as well. 11 hits. So 3 saves, it's 8 kills. They are broken. Yeah, no problem. We'll just charge the Knight Commander in the back of them. We'll call it at that. We'll just reposition everybody to hit these guys, the Elf Nobles and the Weapon Masters from the flanks and stuff. There's no point charging these broken spearmen. So let's just get you in position. Get a nice run up there, ready to go. Have the halberds. No, we can't. We've got to move a little bit. So they're in the way. Just get out of the way of their fleeing. Would you guys die already? Jeez. 7 hits. Okay, we killed them. So they go down, 1 hit. They take somebody with them. Alright. You still gonna fight? Okay, no, we're not fighting the leader. So let's just kill as many as possible. 3 hits. 3 kills. Dragon. 5 hits. 4 kills. And they break, but barely. Like, that was actually really close. Crazy close. Bunch of guys level up. Okay, dragon is good. The captain gets to level up. How about, let's give you, I mean, I do like attacks. That's generally always good. Yeah, attacks are don't always come up that often, so I feel like it's good to take it when they do. Spears leveled up as well. I do like the idea of increasing their skill, but having these guys a bigger unit is going to help a lot. We'll take some replenishment. Halberds also level up. +1 combat score is okay. More guys. Let's go more guys. And we'll take replenishment as well. Knights. I mean, the base replenishment is okay. That's like how much we get automatically at the end for recovery. Let's go unit size. Get these guys up a bit bigger, and we'll take a few more knights. Okay. So next time we'll come through and we'll do the second section of the campaign. As usual, I do want to end up hitting some recovery before we get into the final battle. But it looks like here I can pretty much do whatever I want as long as I end up on that track. So we can go this way or this way. So even if we're down here, we can split off. If we're here, we can split either way. We're good to go. So we can kind of do whatever we want early on. Take a look at the army, though, really quick. Is there anything I want to do? We want to keep you as narrow, probably fronted as possible. The halberds, 6 wide, I think is okay. We can get more people fighting that way. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine for now. Okay, we'll come back next time and we will continue the campaign from here in the second phase and try to get through and see what we can do. Not sure who this final boss is. I don't recognize the symbol. But yeah, this has been more of SOVL, this time playing as the Human Kingdoms. I think that's what it's called. Basically the Empire. I think they even have a steam tank in this army down the road. But yeah, it'd be interesting to get some handgunners, mortars, cannons, something like that. Like we're just going like cavalry run through here. It's pretty standard cavalry run. Anyway, this has been SOVL. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I will see you again next time. Until then, have a good one.